see, I think we got a pretty good looking plow truck, if you ask me. Definitely would be able to push more snow if the bumper wasn't tapered. I'm not a big fan of the taper. Anyway, eventually we'll put a square bumper on, but that's not the point of today's video. I'm waiting until I bend that one more, because I know if I put a new one on, I'm going to instantly bend it. Plus, I kind of want to go to a 22 inch, because I think then it'll sit on the ground. But today we're going to be actually changing a couple things. I have a new crank sensor and a new cam position sensor. We're going to see if maybe with a small wee bit of chance that'll fix the vibration issue. I still think it's injectors, but these were $35 and not $6,000. So we'll try those first with a small bit of hope. Maybe that is something to do with it. We did plug into this truck earlier this week, or well, late this week. It's the weekend now. Plugged into the truck to see if there's any codes, because I've been having a couple of other little issues, and I thought maybe it was something to do with the chassis nodes, because that can actually make the truck run poorly according to Google. I don't really know. I've never dealt with a truck that actually had that. I didn't even know those existed until recently. Plugged into it, no codes, so I don't think that's the issue. I still have a light issue. I don't have the left blinker to either one of my trailer plugs, and it goes towards the front of the truck. That was initially why we thought maybe chassis node. It still might be. We still have to dig into that. So I have to dig into that a little bit to see, which we'll do later in the video. I got new cord that we're going to change out. I can't wait to eventually get rid of a lot of this stuff, put a deck plate on. When I buy a newer trailer, which we're going to do here fairly soon, I'm going to set that one up for Cali hookup so I can get rid of all this ugly stuff. But we got to change those out because I got the cord, bad cord, electrical cord on there, and then I do hood spring. So yeah, kind of gonna go through it a little bit. We got the shop here to ourselves today. If anyone's wondering, this is the shop that Morgan works at. They were nice enough to let us use the shop because it is currently single digits outside. It's like 5 degrees outside, so kind of chilly. And the shop that I normally use is full again. So I can't wait till we get our own shop built. I actually just texted the realtor yesterday to try to find a couple acres. We're just looking for anywhere between 3 to 5 acres so we can build a shop and maybe a small house here at some point, and sell our house in town. Something that's more practical. I'm gonna have to use 2 hands on that because the second hood spring acts as an assist. And surprisingly, without 2 hood springs, this hood is heavy as shit. You put the second hood spring on, butter. So I'm gonna open the hood. We're gonna swap out this hood spring real quick, and then kind of go from there. And there's our broken hood spring. I don't know why these keep breaking. This is the second one. I haven't owned this truck quite a year. Owned it, I think, 10 or 11 months now, and this is the second hood spring I've had to put on. We replaced that one already, and now, yeah, we gotta do this one because this one's broke. I don't know where the rest of it's hanging. Somewhere in, up there. Ugh. Can't get a good angle. But yeah, I don't know why they keep breaking. It's kind of annoying. They're not overly expensive, but it's like, I don't know. And if anyone's got to change them, buy them at Peterbilt, because for some reason they're cheaper at Peterbilt than online. I don't know why. Well, online ones are expensive as shit, which is crazy. But we're gonna change that quick, and then I gotta see if I can figure out where the cam and crank sensors are on this, because oh my god, I have zero idea. And the guy at Peterbilt wasn't able to tell me either. So I got this side changed. It's just a clip and pop it off, and then hung it here. Now I'm gonna have to find something to prop the hood up so I can loosen all this, and also so I can stretch this long enough. And then I had to pull that small clip there off, slide all this shit off, slide this on, and then we're done. I mean, it's easy enough. Getting in here and standing in here without trying to bend the grill was kind of a pain, and putting a lot of trust in these, I guess. But I'm also not, I'm like on the edge of the grill. I don't know. Not fun, especially when everything is wet and icy. Hood spring is done. Now, the hood's very soft again. Not so heavy. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna change the crank sensor today. I'm gonna change this one out quick and see, start it and see how it runs, but I don't know. Okay, I got the old cam sensor out. Part numbers are the same, so we're gonna swap these out. I'm gonna actually pull the dipstick. I don't know oil. I have a new bottle, but I'm not gonna open a new bottle. So I'm gonna pull a dipstick and get a little bit of oil on my fingers and oil up this O-ring, and then slap in the new crank sensor. And maybe with a smidge of luck, that's the issue. I doubt it, but a guy can dream that it maybe is a $35 fix rather than a $6,000 fix. But personally, I don't have that good of luck. So, since I don't know oil, like you, I'm not opening the bottle, we are just going to take a little bit off the dipstick. So then I have some oil for the O-ring. Shit. Shelf was dusty. This will just help it slide in the hole a little bit better. And it'll help it seal a little bit better and stuff too. Sometimes when you don't have all the tools or the right stuff, you gotta make things work like this because you don't have a shop. And the shop here does not have oil. But this will work. Pop this new sensor in, plug it in. And with a small bit of luck, it'll fix the issue, but most likely not. Most likely it was a waste of $35. But a boy can dream, can he? That baby's gonna go in hard. Nice snug fit. Okay. Hopefully it runs. I don't know. I'm gonna fire it up and find out. Sensor or not. It does sound like it's running a little low. Vibration. I don't know. I don't know if I have to learn the sensors, but we'll see this week. Because I think a lot of times you got to do like a cam reset, but I don't know if you can how to do that on something like this. I don't have a computer, so I don't know. Okay, so the cord's changed. This one has some bad spots. It broke at one point. My hanger broke at one point, and it rubbed against the drive shaft. Now corrosion kind of got in there, and that's why it's held up by bungee cords. But I don't know. I ordered the exact same one as this one, and this one fits definitely way shittier. But I'm probably gonna put plastic coils on here, of style, come spring. But for winter, we use the rubber ones because otherwise the plastic ones break. Especially like this week, it's supposed to be in the negatives again. So if you use the plastic ones, you turn sharp or in a parking lot or touches a trailer, anything like minor, and it's that cold, they just instantly snap. So we're gonna use these for the rest of the year. But my next trailer I want to actually set up so I can use the Cali hookups, but this will work for now. So now all I got left is test the light plug and try to figure out where our issue is so I can figure out how to get a left blinker again on my trailer. Okay, so I kind of have my phone half-ass propped up with the front-facing camera. I'm going to show you what I mean by there's no power to this plug. So this is the front plug between the trailer and the truck. So here is the right blinker, the right blinker. These are actually backwards in the plug, which is kind of odd to me, but that'd be the right blinker and no power to the other one. So I don't know. I'm gonna test the back one real quick, but I'm pretty sure there's still no power to that one. And then if that's the case, then I gotta follow these wires towards the front because both of them run separately. So like right here goes to this one, and then there's a separate wire that goes to the back one. They go both separately towards the front of the truck, if that makes sense. So if they're both not working, the issue's probably somewhere up underneath. I don't really know, but we're gonna find out. I love wiring so much. So I tested the rear plug, same exact thing. So I'm gonna crawl underneath and see what I can find, I guess. So we're under the truck here, and I found this little plug right here. I undid the end of it because it connects right there, but it's labeled trailer harness, and which you can barely see, it's got some paint over it here. But I tested these, and unfortunately, I still only have one blinker way up here and not the other. And then this only goes a short distance until it gets to the chassis diode box, which is right here. And unfortunately, the clips are incredibly brittle. And I'm worried that if I try to take that apart to see what it looks like on the inside and test, that I'm gonna break the clips. Because it's got these clips kind of like, you know, like an ECU on a pickup. It's got these like flip lock things, as you can kind of see. Like this here flips, and that's what unlocks it. And I'm pretty sure if I were to undo that, it's going to instantly break. I tried to a little bit on the one, and it feels incredibly brittle. And yeah, and I'm afraid that if I break that, I won't be able to drive the truck. And I'm in a shop that this cannot sit in because this is a body shop that we're borrowing. This can't sit here for a few days, can't sit outside for a few days. It has to be like out of here today. And even if I were to replace it, kind of the Peterbilt's closed today, but even if I were to replace that, that has to be programmed through like a Cummins Insight. So I almost have to have somebody come here if I were to put a new one in and program it so that it would work. Because I don't know what that exactly all controls. According to Google, it controls your lights. It can make your engine run poorly. I don't know if it can stop running the engine from running, but apparently it controls something. And it controls a bunch of your lights and your gauges and stuff. So I don't know exactly what it all does. It might only be for lights. It might run everything. I really don't know. I've never even had a truck that I've had that on before. And in my opinion, it's in a very stupid spot where they have it. So I don't know. I think I'm going to call call Peterbilt on Monday and schedule it in for hopefully next Saturday. I'm going to call them first thing Monday because it is somewhere between like this 2 foot of section of the frame, I think, unless these go farther. But these wires go into like a big clump that also goes to that. So I don't know. I'm not taking all this shit apart. That is beyond my knowledge, out of my pay scale, I guess. I can do a decent amount of wiring, but that stuff you need computers for. Some of it you need computers for and whatnot, so I'm not doing that one. So with that being said, I'm going to put this back together and I'm going to crawl out from underneath this thing. So I'm sitting here editing this video, and I actually had the truck fixed. I took it to Peterbilt on Friday, and they looked into it, and come to find out that there was 2 things wrong with it. There was a fuse that was blown, and then there was corrosion in the relays back by the rear tail bar. So I actually replaced the fuse that was in the fuse box when I had the trailer hooked to it, and I put a new fuse in there and tested it, and it did not make a difference. The trailer blinker still did not work. So I don't know if it either instantly blew it, but I'm wondering if either there wasn't a good connection through my cord, because that was before I replaced the new put the new cord on, or that relay was kicking out or something. Because I replaced the fuse and it did not make a difference, and it still did not work. But I did not know the relays in the rear were for the trailer plug. I don't understand the wiring how the wiring harness on this truck works. I really wish I could find like a diagram of some sort of how the wiring is ran on this truck, because each trailer plug plus that light bar have separate wires that run to the front of the truck. So apparently the relays that are in the rear are for the center plug, but not the rear trailer plug, which makes no sense, because I pulled all those relays out this summer trying to figure out what they were for, and that rear plug still worked. Everything on that rear plug still worked. My taillight bar, I think it was some of it. I think one of the relays was for my taillight bar. The other one of them was like for some ABS or something, I thought, if I remember right. It was making my trailer do weird things. I actually pulled a fuse out of the one because it was making my trailer ABS funky. But if I pull the fuse out, the ABS on the trailer works fine. Like my trailer surges and stuff. I don't know what the exactly all those fuses do, but the one relay had corrosion in it, so they ended up cutting the wires, putting a new plug, and repinning the plug, and then putting a new relay in it. Apparently, I think that was what was causing the issue, and I think it was blowing the fuse. But I think also part of it might have been something that was in my trailer prior that was also causing issues, because we had a wiring mess. Because I had issues in my trailer before we fixed it. I had issues in several spots in the truck that we found that were corroded that I fixed. And yeah, it was a big mess of shit from the previous owner. Well, not so much on my trailer, but cobbling shit together on this truck that we found. And yeah, I just overlooked the relays in the rear because I pulled them this summer and they did not do nothing. But I only tested the rear plug for the Cali hookups, not the center plug. So apparently that somehow runs the center plug and they're related. I don't know how that works because, again, wires run separately to the front of the truck. So, like, those aren't hooked to that trailer plug. Like, there's a separate cord from that center trailer plug, from that rear plug, and for the light bar in the rear. Like, they all separately run to the front of the truck. So it must run to the front, loop back for the relay by the rear fucking light bar, and then go back to the light thing. I have no idea. I'm a little mad about that. I'm a little butthurt that I wasn't able to figure that out. I should have checked it. I didn't. Now I at least know for next time. I did check the fuse. I did replace that. It must have blown again. But I did not check the relay. So I did not know that was for the trailer plug. Now I know. I'm a little mad that I took it to Peterbilt and took, half a day off. And it was, not the smallest bill because Peterbilt's $210 an hour. But at least it wasn't the chassis node. So I guess I'm happy about that. Still runs like it did with the vibration. So we're still going to do injectors. But at least the truck's fixed. Blinker works. Everything seems to work. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video of my just frustrating wiring issues. And hopefully the next video is a little bit more exciting on the truck. I'm hoping to eventually do some mods, or we'll figure out the main issue with the vibration on the truck here at some point. If you guys want to keep following along, make sure you hit that bell notification and hit like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.